Today we're going to take a look at the Canon S110. This is easily one of the best cameras I've used. I've used many different things such as my Canon 7D. This is great for photos, great for video. I have a Blackmagic that's great for video. But in the realm of point and shoots, this is my go-to camera. Same with if I'm going on, a trip, anywhere that I need a small point and shoot camera that has the quality of a DSLR, that shoots raw, and has tons of different features. So here's my review of the Canon S110. Check it out. The Canon S110, what makes this camera so great? Well, first off, it shoots beautiful 1080p HD video. Secondly, this has a built-in ND filter. It's perfect for situations where you're out in the sun and you need to, have an ND, but you don't want to carry some big filters with you. It has a built-in ND. Thirdly, this is a full manual camera. You can control everything from shutter speed, aperture, to ISO. That's pretty crazy on a point and shoot. Most point and shoots, they usually just have an automatic mode or an aperture priority mode where you can change some things, but not the full setting. You can also, everything on this camera is customizable. You can change what this ring does. You can create software buttons. And, realistically, if I was to say, this is one of my favorite cameras to shoot with. It's so compact. It has beautiful video, and it also has its own stabilizer inside that gives you this perfect look where it's silky smooth video. Very similar to what you'd get with a gimbal. The only difference is with some cameras, I noticed this especially with the Sony, like any of the Sony cameras out there that have stabilizers inside the camera, is you get this weird kind of jittery effect. On the back of this camera, it features a 3-inch touch LCD screen. This takes 12 megapixel raw images. You can also do an option where you get RAW and JPEG. These come out as CR2 files, which is the main format for all Canon cameras. And as well, the quality of this is on par with, I'd say, my 7D. Obviously, ISO performance is a little bit lacking since you do have a much smaller sensor than something like an APS-C sized or even Micro Four Thirds like the GH3 that's shooting me now. But even then, this is so advanced. This has the Canon Digix 5. Inside here you have a Digic 5 actual image processor inside. What this is, this gives you basically the same video, same photo quality as you get with a T5i, which is pretty impressive. And same with some of the higher end cameras like a 7D and stuff. It actually has better image processing in camera than I would say my 7D, which is getting up there in age. The other thing is, too, that makes this unique compared to most other cameras out there, this has an f2 lens. If you go up to the S120, you get f1.8, but still, for a point and shoot, to have that, that's pretty crazy. The focal length on this you're getting is 5.2 to 56 millimeters. In terms of that, that's going to cover most of your zoom range that you need. It's perfect for family photos, and as well, it has its own built-in flash. The flash itself, not that great. It's like a point and shoot flash, but if you get something like even just a white business card to bounce up the flash onto the roof, it takes beautiful photos. The other big thing about this camera that I love is it has the ability to transfer photos via Wi-Fi. What this means is if you're out shooting one day and you go, well, hey, you know what, I want to look at these photos right now and post them somewhere. All you have to do is download the Canon app, connect to it via Wi-Fi, and you're set to go. Transfer all the photos over. You can even transfer videos over Wi-Fi too, which is pretty cool. Lastly, this camera itself has many different mode functions. So of course you're going to have your video, you're going to have all your creative settings such as HDR, sepia, black and white, those kind of things. But then you also have a full manual setting. You have an aperture priority, you have a shutter speed priority, and you have a program mode. And then of course you have auto too. And you can also make your own custom profile here. So for me, I have a custom one setting all set up for shooting outside. So if it's, if I need to take a photo real quick, boom, 1 second on, boom. Extremely fast focus. The pictures that come out of this are great. I'll throw a few up on the screen here. You can pick one of these up for approximately $300 on Amazon.com. This is in US dollars. I picked mine up for $350 in Canada. And you know what? I love this camera. My only complaint is the grip. There is no grip on this when you first get it, so I had to make one. If you do plan on purchasing any of these cameras and you want to know how to make a nice grip, you can actually watch one of my videos. A link will be on the screen here. But anyways, overall, love this camera. The only other complaint too is the wrist strap itself. It doesn't come with a way to tighten it to your wrist, which sucks because, I mean, this is a beautiful camera. It works great, and you know, you don't want to drop it. So all I did was just take a rubber washer. Nice little rubber washer here that just slides over it, so then you can tighten it up to your wrist, and it works perfectly. As for battery life on this camera, it's not that great. Way better than the Blackmagic that has a 20-minute battery life. This thing here, I have 3 different batteries for it. It takes the NBL5 batteries, and with 3 of them, that'll last me a whole day of shooting. You know, if I was pushing it, I'd probably go with 4. They're pretty cheap to get too. You can get, I use all aftermarket batteries, and I've never had any problems with them. And you know, it's a beautiful camera. It's a perfectly designed camera, perfect for video, perfect for photos, and especially too, if you are a photographer and you don't want to bring around your big DSLR with you wherever you go, it's the perfect addition to your kit. For me, I actually use this as a behind the scenes or sometimes even B camera from shooting interviews and stuff. So anyways, I'll link a few videos on the screen here where you can go check out some sample videos and sample audio as well. The microphones in this are beautiful. It has no microphone inputs. It doesn't really have much in terms of outputs. It has an HDMI and AV out, but other than that, you know, you're kind of lacking on inputs. It would be nice to see if they had a, you know, headphone jack or something like that. Anyways, thank you for checking out my review of the Canon S110. Highly would recommend it. One of my favorite cameras to shoot with. It's fun, it's functional, it works, takes great video, great stills, and is even great in low light, surprisingly. Thank you for watching.